Alright guys, now you might be interested in why I'm dressed like this, and no, I'm not going to a job interview. Today is actually Anime Expo in Los Angeles. Now this is probably the biggest anime event in the United States, and it might even be the biggest anime event in the world. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that probably checks out pretty good. And if you don't know me, or maybe it's never been brought up, I'm a huge anime fan. I also really like reading mangas, which are essentially the book equivalents of an anime. I not only find them visually stunning, but I also think a lot of the stories are captivating and have deep, rich themes that can be applied to our own lives. But anyways, I'm not here to convince you to be an anime lover. I'm just letting you know, today I'm going to Anime Expo. Right now I'm in San Diego, so I'll drive up to LA, and then I'll give you another update when I'm there. Right, so I parked like 20 minutes from the con because you don't want to park too close because you have to pay for parking, and I'm just not into that. So I parked about 20 minutes out. I'm gonna go walk over there, kind of in a shady part of town, honestly, but I feel good. I'll still lock my car and everything. So I'm gonna walk over there. If you don't know, basically at con cultures, you typically go in cosplay, or you just go as yourself, but today I decided to go in a little bit of cosplay. I'm not any specific character from an anime, but a lot of anime characters wear like ties and white shirts and then something over it. So that's kind of what I'm going with. I have a sword that I'm gonna bring, so I'm kind of just my own character, I guess. Just getting in the vibe, really. Anyways, I'm gonna head out, and then I'll let you know when I get there, or maybe even I'll shoot as I walk. Bye. All right, so I'm here at the convention area, but I gotta get a badge so that I can actually get in. But I mean, so far it's pretty fun. I see lots of people in cosplay, and I see lots of fun anime themed posters and stuff. I can't, I can't turn around the camera, otherwise I'd give some views right now, but throughout the day I'm gonna take like just panning video shots of everybody and kind of the general vibe. So wish me luck on getting my badge, and then I'm gonna go in. All right, so I am now officially in the con exhibit area. So this is where they have a bunch of vendors and panels, and people like Netflix set up, like, for example, I just went in a Netflix fun house, which was kind of like just a glorified inflatable bouncy house maze that you walked through. And then I did a Nerf gun shooting range that Netflix also put on. But now I am just walking around, taking a break from stuff like that and more looking at the vendors. And then I'm gonna go in and check out some more. But I mean, lots of stuff, just lots of nerd culture. There's a lot of your favorite figures, your favorite video games, and then people are selling like music or selling books. All right, so I just did some fun photo ops, and I got to try out a new mobile game for Kaiju number 8. I don't necessarily expect you to know what that is, but it's an anime, and they're releasing a new mobile game, so I got to play it for the first time with a bunch of people, and it hasn't actually released yet, so that was fun. And then just taking lots of pictures and walking around and seeing everything. Like I said, lots of anime themed stuff to buy, and just kind of admire the creativity that some people have. Now I'm gonna walk over to the Anime Expo theater, and I'm gonna see a panel on the Kaiju number 8 TV show that they're doing. So I'll talk to you soon after that. All right, so I just got out of a panel for the Kaiju number 8 anime. And overall, it was actually a pretty fun panel. They started it off with a trailer for the new season that's coming out. So season 1's already been out, and season 2 is releasing soon. So they started a trailer, and that was like 2 minutes, and then they went into the actual panel. And the panel had the panelist, of course, and then they had the Japanese voice actor, the Japanese translator, and then the English voice actor, and the English ADR director. So basically what happens is most anime are shot with Japanese voice actors because anime primarily comes from Japan, and then they ship the footage over to the English ADR director, and he casts people to do English dubbing over the footage. So the panel was fun. The Japanese voice actor was really theatrical and fun to watch. He would like get out of his chair and like try to hype up the crowd. It was really fun. And the questions weren't that interesting, but it was just a pretty entertaining time. Clearly everybody knew each other and was having a good time on stage. They asked questions like, what's your approach to the character and how did you get the character? Because they're doing the English voice actors for the main character of the show. And it was just a good time. Honestly, there's not much more you can ask for the panel. The Japanese voice actor was like kind of the crowd pleaser, and then the English voice actor gave us more of the straight answers. So you got a little bit of both, which I really appreciated. But overall, that was a fun panel, and now I'm gonna walk around a little bit more, and then maybe I'll see another panel later on, but I'll catch you later. All right, so my sweet tooth got the better of me, and I decided to order a Demon Slayer themed matcha latte. So I'm gonna open it up and give it a quick try. It's got this nice little tote with it that I thought was kind of cool. Still cold. Honestly, I'm looking forward to this. All right, let's see how this is. Honestly, it's pretty good. I appreciate it. I kind of took a risk with the matcha. I'm not a huge matcha guy. I don't hate it, but I don't feel super strongly about it. However, I think this is actually pretty fun. So I'm gonna go check out some more of the con, and then I'll get back with you later. Bye. All right, so I just got finished with a G-Kids panel. If you don't know, G-Kids does a lot of animated movies. They release things from Japan and from other countries. Like, for example, if you know Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli, they publish a lot of those films. So stuff like Ponyo, Spirited Away, and Princess Mononoke, if you've heard of any of those. But they also do a lot of live action releases in the United States, like they did one for Shin Godzilla. And really it was a panel. We just got to see some of the new projects they're working on and what they're excited to show us, and then what they've done in the past. It was a pretty nice panel. It wasn't nearly as fun as the Kaiju number 8 one, but it was still nice to get to see what new stuff is coming out and what we should expect in the next couple months or so. Now I'm in the upstairs area, and I'm gonna check this out. I'm pretty excited. It looks pretty neat. And then I'll come back and give you another update. Right, so most of the con was closing. The whole thing isn't done. There's a closing ceremony, but I figured I'd get out of here and get to my car so that I didn't get stuck in the bustle. And I'll give you my full thoughts once I get into my car. But for now, I'm just walking. Okay, so I just got back to my car after a pretty long walk. It was quite the extravagant adventure, and you know, my con gear, it was pretty hot, but I got back here, and now I'm gonna go to Playa del Beach, which is weird because in Spanish that's beach of the beach. But anyways, that's where I'm gonna go now. And overall, I have to say that con experience was pretty fun. I think one day, especially today was the last day, so it was the shortest day of the Anime Expo. And I wouldn't say it was enough. I say, like, if I didn't go to any panels, I probably could have seen everything, but I would have kind of been rushing, and going to the panels is fun. So I'd say maybe in the future, I'll do multiple days. I mean, it was a pretty expensive ticket. It was like $100 for the day, but that was a good time overall. And yeah, just so much cool stuff to look at. I didn't purchase anything other than that drink that I showed you. But, I mean, there was stuff that if I was feeling a little bit more spendy, I'd definitely get. Anyways, that was a good time, and I'll see you at Playa del Beach. Beach of the beach. All right, so I am now at Mother's Beach. I was gonna go to Playa del Beach, but there was no free parking really close by, so I decided, you know what, I'd go to Mother's Beach. And this beach actually isn't directly touching the Pacific Ocean. It's actually like a channel. They ran a channel from the Pacific Ocean to here into LA kind of. And there's a pier off in the distance that is blocking us from the water, but you can still swim. There's a swim area, and I'm actually kind of digging this right now because I've been doing a lot of belly surfing and like playing with the waves when I swim, but this is much calmer water, so I can actually just kind of swim around and cruise and do my own thing, which I really appreciate. So I'm gonna spend some time here, and then I'll go back to the car, make dinner, and find somewhere that I can stay. Probably like a Jack in the Box, because they usually let you stay overnight. So anyways, my final video will probably be at that parking spot. And then, but before that, I'll have a video where I make dinner. So anyways, I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Okay, I know the lighting is absolutely atrocious, but this is gonna be my last video blog of the day. I know I said I'd do a me making dinner video blog, but I kind of forgot, and I can't imagine you guys are super interested in how I make a salad. So a different day, I'll do that. But I decided that so let me go back. I am staying at right outside a parking lot by a Jack in the Box, and they said that I could sleep here overnight. And I bought a chocolate smoothie because I have a sweet tooth, and it was definitely a good buy. I feel like it's worth the money. It actually feels like a lot of stuff, even though it's kind of a smaller cup, I guess. But this was a good deal. It was like $5 for the whole thing, and I'd say it was worth it. But pro tip for anybody, if you happen to have Chips Ahoy on board during your travels, or maybe at home or whatever, buy one of these chocolate milkshakes from Jack in the Box or anywhere else. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just feel like sharing this. And take that chocolate milkshake and take that Chips Ahoy and dump that Chips Ahoy in there, and maybe scoop up some ice cream. You don't want your hands to be dripping, but you know, you want some good stuff in there, and then eat that. Man, it's amazing. Because I love milkshakes and smoothies as much as the next guy, but sometimes they feel a little bit too liquidy. I want something more solid. So if you have the Chips Ahoy there, man, it's just solid. That's my pro tip. So in a little bit, after I finish this, I'm gonna go head on to bed. But tomorrow, I'll start a new video blog, and we'll see you then. All right, guys. Bye.